What up? We got the Classic Finals, the second Classic. Last year's winner, Ojama, triumphed over Heist, and here we have Shake It Up, aka Tsunami, aka the guy with a gay weeb nickname, against what's-his-face, Tesung. Tesung is going for his third individual trophy, and Shake is going for his first, and they both just want to fucking win. So Zam is doing, some fucking things. And so Tesung's Zam is still available to be slept, and since Tesung's Executor is at 24, then Shake's own Executor is more dangerous since it, beats down Egg on a couple of switches and then it gets a relevant sleep off. So Zam could feasibly stay in, but I don't try to burn things. Well, that's the same thing as him booming last turn. So unless Tesung has a backup sleeper, viable options are like Sing Chansey, Sing Lapras, something unconventional like non-lead Jinx or Gengar, which I would not expect because they're so rare. Then Shake might probably have a sleep advantage. It'd be better if he killed the Zam first, because then he really gets a good sleep off unless he paralyzes a Chansey first. But here comes Starmie, and so there's Egg, and he's going to get the sleep off. Starmie and Zam, both good sleep absorbers, and he goes to Lax to eat T-Wave. I guess he didn't want to get Blizzard crit, but Snorlax isn't really a great Starmie switch-in because of its bad, or its mediocre special, and now it's Shake's turn to get mad paras. Tesung seems to be using Bolt Beam Starmie. Psychic has caught on a lot in recent times, so I was expecting that, and that would have been stronger and, potential for special drops, so Shake would have really been in trouble. So I think he just blows this Starmie up, or Body Slam, I don't know, man, it's kind of risky. I mean, the damage is good, but a crit or full para, and this Snorlax, nope, he gets the Starmie down. That was risky, but actually I do forget what the I'm pretty sure self-destruct, I mean, it has to at least be a roll to kill. Bear in mind, self-destruct is not that strong in RBY. Or why am I calculating versus Tauros? It's versus Starmie. Yeah, see, jeez, I mean, Starmie's not that bulky. So here comes the Paradzam. Ignore the shit I said about it does block sleep now, which can be good, and it would be probably beneficial for Tesung for Egg to get out of the way, considering he's got Snorlax and Tauros of his own. So Zam is, what was I saying earlier? It was about the no, Shakes was still available to get slept, but the T-Wave on Zam is obviously good for Tauros, so I messed up early. Hopefully that's the end of that. Oh, Double Edge, which is for Jinx, and he gets the T-Wave off. I don't like Double Edge. I mean, recoil on Egg, it's not a lot of recoil, but every percent matters in RBY, so I tend to not like it. I prefer Hyper Beam. So he's going for it, but this is not going to get him far. What he needs to do is go for Psychic Special Drops, so he outruns the Zam. Since this is, I mean, I guess Egg doesn't have terrible, crit chance. So, but I think the Psychic, and Para here means, for Zam, means it's dead, and Egg's ready to boom on something else. And Starmie out of the way is huge for Tauros. I would assume Shake is just gonna finish, or round it out with Tauros, Chansey, and then something like Starmie, the standard team. So, he goes to his Tauros here, unrecovered, threatening Hyper Beam. Of course, I don't think Tesung will stay in here because he's got a full health Snorlax, so a Hyper Beam would be silly. There's Body Slam, and no crit. So this Snorlax is ready to dish out some damage. Of course, we could see super lame Chansey switch into Snorlax. I generally do not enjoy seeing that, because Chansey's not really a good Snorlax switch unless it's Reflect, which is ass, in my opinion. Oh, he just Body Slam it away, Body Slam back, no counter, and now Hyper Beam is a threat. I mean, even if Tesung tries to absorb it with his Tauros, then, he's still getting Hyper Beamed. And, there's always the crit chance, as is the case with Tauros. Does he absorb it? Hyper Beam, no crit. But Tesung's not out of the woods yet, since now they are going to tie and Hyper Beam. And Shake, I think, it's likely he has Starmie, because Tebow likes to run that. Yup, there's Starmie, does Tesung, Hyper Beam crit! And he kills the Starmie, that's unfortunate. Oh boy, so with Chansey last, this could get messy. As Tauros versus Snorlax, Body Slam would never kill. It does jack shit, actually. So, I think, Shake... I mean, if his last is Chansey, then... No, he's going to Egg. That's fine, too. I don't think he wants to drop Alakazam. There's another crit. There's Para. That's rough. So, I don't... This is not looking good for Shake. I think Tesung's gonna have the lead. Tauros Hyper Beam does kill Starmie with a crit, I believe. Yep, it does. So... Oh boy, this could get messy. If it's a Chansey last look, I'm almost positive it is. Shake would not drop Chansey. He wins the tie, and Hyper Beams. So, oh, Jolt. Okay, this is interesting. I was expecting Tesung to double because the Chansey was so clear, but Alakazam stays. Parrot Alakazam loves fighting Chansey because it is going to win, like damn near every time. But it is still anyone's game, so we'll see. There's no way that was ever happening. So Shake correctly Ice Beams on the switch. This is going to get super messy. He's got 32 recovers. I would assume it's Bolt Beam Chansey. You generally assume that. So he's going to try it. Nope. Okay, he pairs it. That's important for Snorlax and Jolteon alike. Honestly, I think Tesung's got this one. It's hard to see any other outcome. Yeah, in fact, I think he does, because he just lets Zam die, and then goes to Lax, and presumably body slams it, body slams and kill, and or hyper beams rather, and Tauros can't switch into that, and Chansey dies, and then Jolteon finishes Tauros off. Jolteon's Thunderbolt is doing that much. Oh, so it's a roll, actually. I guess it's not guaranteed. Oh, wow. How does he do it? That was impressive. He was expecting to recover, but that was nice. So, Tauros can survive the Jolt Thunderbolt. As for Tauros Hyper Beam versus Jolteon, you see it right there. Crit kills. Nothing can. He doesn't want to switch into Hyper Beam. Zam dies. Lax dies. I think he sacks one of Lax or Zam. Zam it is, because Lax can do damage, and with Para, then Zam is just inviting Tauros in safely. So double switch on Tesung's end here could be crucial, or it could definitely it could seal the deal. Of course, there is very little risk to just Thunderbolting and then double kicking the shit out of Chansey. If Chansey lands the paralysis, then it's a different story. Baron Earthquake does not kill. So, even if he got the para on Jolteon, he would have to crit, or Jolteon would have to full para, and then he would get the T-Wave off. And even if Jolt didn't kill, then Snorlax would. So this is still looking not great for Shake. He's got a soft boil for his life. And bear in mind, Jolteon has an even higher crit rate than Tauros. Tauros is roughly 21%, Jolteon is roughly 25%. So, what Jolteon does in situations like this, it double kicks the shit out of Chansey. Unless you want to just... Oh, wow! That was unexpected. Nice move. That was a very, very nice move. I mean, he's still not out of the woods, because Jolteon does do nasty shit like Breakthrough Chansey with a pair of Chansey. So he's going to soft boil and then go Lax and Tauros and Body Slam. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Jolteon switch here on Tesung's end. Nope. I don't think... Nope, yeah, he stayed asleep, and... Oh god, this is gonna get so messy. But if he can bring Jolteon to 66%, then he will win. I mean, he has to paralyze it first, of course. So down goes Snorlax. Hell, he can even... Well, no, he... It's Sing, Ice Beam... I guess it could be Bolt Beam. So it's still not good, but I guess he could go for another Parad Sing, which is still not good, but that was very, very unexpected. And talk about your plot twists. It's like that time Walter White died on Game of Thrones. I hated that. So I think we see a switch to Chansey, of course. And I think that since Tauros does not... Oh my god, he double kicked the Shake, predicted it! That's what I was going to say. Double kick, Earthquake doesn't kill. So now he's putting it in Chansey's hands to 2-hit KO with Ice Beam. Great move by Shake. So Ice Beam does 2-hit KO here. Double kick, no crit. No para. Ice Beam, no freeze. Double kick, crit. Chansey kills it. Wow! That was... Wow! I did not know Shake could RBY that well. I mean, he did get an RBY win when subbed into World Cup, but that was impressive. That Sing Chansey just came out of fucking nowhere. And Shake does like Tiba's team, as this is. It's standard team, but Tiba uses it the most, which is kind of how Pokemon has become, you know. You use it, like, for example, in Black and White, I use this one team. It was made by Jirachi, but everyone just calls it a BKC team. A couple years ago, that would have annoyed the shit out of me. Still kind of does, but you know what it means. Yeah, and Tiba does like Sing. So, wow, that was impressive as hell. I gotta say, good twist ending. Let's move on to Game 2. So, here's Game 2. They're jumping right to DPP. Personally, it gets me... I'm a little anal about this. I would prefer they just went in order of the gens, but whatever. Heatran versus Metagross. Heatran is favored here. The old standard Heatran set, the Shuka Berry one, is very rarely seen nowadays. I mean, still a fine lead. It's fucking Heatran. You can't go wrong with it. And Metagross does not like it, and even Aqua sets get melted by Specs or Life Orb Overheat, which is very possible. Of course, Heatran can be running even Spadef or Scarf, but those are less traditional lead sets. There's also the possibility of a Magma Storm Lumberry lead, which destroys Machamp and Roserade. And Metagross honestly should switch, because you never want to get melted by that Specs Overheat turn 1. And there's Fire Blast, Akka, and even Akka Metagross will lose to Shuka-Tran, sorry, as you see there, because Tran is Shuka, and now, you know, it can get rocks or kill Metagross. Of course, rocks, they could trade rocks, but Tesung could also switch to, like, Tyranitar, so I think if Metagross has such low health, then I would definitely go for the rocks, because if he kills the Tran, he still does not have rocks. And it would be much worse to, you know, if he switches, then, you know, see, there's Starmie, there's Fire Blast again, so that works out better. Possibly, depending on his team. Of course, I mean, damage is good. If he's got an Infernape, that's good. No lefties, so we could be seeing Life Orb, we could be seeing Specs. We're not going to be seeing Scarf, trust me, that thing is ass. We could be seeing Colbert, Expert Belt, whatever. But it's safe to say it's an offensive set. Here comes Tyranitar, eating Hydro, Pasho, Berry. That did nothing. That's bulky as shit. And that's looking like an offensive Starmie, just a really bulky Tyranitar. And he lives the second one. That's got to be like Colbert or something. No, and he just pursuits. Down goes the Starmie. Of course, now this could be a situation when Metagross comes back in safely. Not here. Tyranitar is clearly a mix set that will Fire Blast the shit out of it. If he doesn't go for Bullet Punch. And Shake can get rocks up now. Here's Gengar. Shadow Ballin'. Starmie, I mean, if Starmie was Colbert, then, you know, that's a Scarf-Tart lure, so your Gengar just creams them. Gengar is so dangerous. So there's Shadow Ball, and we do see Life Orb. No fancy, you know, Black Sludge, Will-O-Wisp taunt shit. I'm expecting just Boom or, like, Will-O-Wisp. So, Gengar jackhammers offensive teams. It is scary as shit. So, side note, offensive Life Orb Starmie is good again because, you know, T-Tar would not cut it as a switch in that situation. Of course, it dies so fast in sand, but point stands, and a lot of teams just can't switch into it. So, when Metagross next comes in safely, then Tran coming in after Rocks would be in Bullet Punch would kill it, so it would just be a sack. And he would like his Rocks up. And even if there's not a Dragonite or something, there's Bronzong. This could be a Trick Room set. This could be... I think he should... just... Bronzong switching into Heatran is pretty dangerous. Or, Rotom is pretty dangerous most of the time. So, I think you should probably just go to Heatran. Just get the rocks up. It's worth it. And I would assume that he can still kill, or threaten to kill the Bronzong from that health. No, he's just Thunderbolting away. Here's Stealth Rock, so, you know, there goes Heatran. I was expecting Trick Room, and then he's just going to stall out the thing somehow. Thunderbolt, Rain Dance. Uh-oh, we're going to see a Kingdra, guys. Ooh, boy. So, that could be really scary, considering what we've seen as Shake. Well, he's got a Heatran to sack, and that's good. So, Heatran just barely gets KO'd by that Hydro and Rain. Mystic Water or Specs, we will see. Not much is going to be able to stand up to this. Like, so that's a really cool setup Tesung has. I think I would like it more if Starmie had Colbur. I mean, if it's Mystic Water or something, fine. But I think it would have done more to Tyranitar. I don't know. But either way, it's very cool. So, Shake's really thinking about this. I don't know. The possible guys are like Shaman, Dragonite. All right. Is he banking on it being Specs? I mean, it's very plausible. Having Bronzong set up Rain for Kingdra so Kingdra can run Specs is something I really like. So he could be saying, "Oh, well, you know, I'm fucking. Well, I gotta go for it because if this Draco's me, then I'm just shit out of luck." And we still haven't even seen Tesung's last. Of course, we haven't seen two of Shake's lasts, but he's not the one on, you know, he's the one on the defensive right now. Extreme Speed! That's not banded, so he's still okay, I think. Because there's no fear of, I mean, if he switches to Gengar on Earthquake here, and Icy wins the Dragonite, then I'll just fucking scream. What was that? Bullet Punch. Okay, I guess. Well, okay, so it's Damp Rock, so he's still gonna have a Storm to ride out. I mean, surely that wasn't banned. I mean, no, that's not fucking banded. That's, he's gonna kill the Gross. What could he do? He needs the Scarf Rotom for Gengar, I'm assuming. The last could be anything from, like, another Steel is very likely, and then a Water. Possibly a Kingdra of his own. Although I can't help but feel like he would have maybe gone to it himself if it was an adequate response. Thunderbolts. Oh, that's rough. That's really rough. Speaking of the odds, there is no way that's banned. Yeah, see, that would have fucking done that much. So, the crit does not kill. Of course, Kingdra is still going to kill something. He's got 2 turns. I mean, if he has to sack something else for... I mean, the thing is, now that Kingdra has taken that, then Dragonite is really... Oh, or is he just going to go right to it? Hydro and a Hydro Miss. That's rough. Ugh, this Kingdra is getting odded all over the place. Poor guy. So, E-Speed... I mean, I don't know what he was afraid of with switching out that meta. Maybe he was afraid of Fire Punch not killing in Rain, because it's not Life Orb. So it's likely Lum D-Knight. I mean, could Jolly CB be the case? I guess, feasibly. Oh, nah, that was way too low. 14.5 minimum? Nah, that's not the case. So I'm thinking we've got, So, Dragonite, or Gengar will kill from that range, almost surely. Because Gengar is fucking strong. Just take a look at this. See, that's an easy. Oh, you don't really see it. It's 52.3 to 61.6. See. Okay, that's some bulk or something. Point being, this is really strong. But he still got the scarf for him. Oh, he misses another one. Oh, he outrages. That was strange. I guess he was trying to catch Gengar. But, yeah, see, Gengar easily dies. So, Tesung's last, I could see it being, Tyranitar. Not, you might think, T-Tar and Rain, but look at Zapdos on that team. Or an Electric, now that I think about it. Like a Jolteon or a Zapdos or a Rotom. Zapdos is really, really, really scary. I think a Jolteon would be very likely. So a Shadow Ball would be a smart move. Because, I mean, it's not like T-Bolt is scratching T-Tar anyway, and he had trouble switching into Rotom T-Bolt earlier. It's unlikely. So here comes the Grossack, very good move. Gengar's so scary against, pokes like... Ooh, that's terrifying. That's pretty cool because he can stomach a hit from Zapdos and Stone Edge the shit out of him. So, Shake could be going for... a Jirachi is very likely. So that would mean... Unless Tesung pulls some sub-Custap shit. Well, no, because he's got too many pokes. He has a sack, and then he just brings out the... He sacks something, he brings out another thing, breaks the sub, and then sweeps with Shadow Ball. So Shake made the smart move by Shadow Balling. I don't know, man. I thought E-Speed was better. Oh, Suicune. That works. Oh, he D-punches. Good move. Good move. He could try to get a sub with Gengar, perhaps? I don't know. That's not... I'm just bullshitting at this point. That D-punch does a fuckload of damage. That's offensive. Hydro. That did nothing. But if the last is indeed... God, Jirachi just makes sense. It could be a grass. That would also make sense. I think I've seen many teams like this with like Shaman and Selby, but it just makes more sense to be a steal. He could be... I don't know about hesitating because it's... Oh, there's Lucario. If this is Bullet Punch, then... Oh boy. Bullet Punch does not kill Gengar. It does with... of course, then there's the whole thing of... He can use... Bullet Punch will put it into T-Bolt range. Oh, this is tough. This is tough. Huh. It could also be Agility, feasibly, but I'm just going to assume offensive... Or, of course, offensive. Swords Dance. I am off today. It's been a while. I haven't been getting into... I haven't been narrating games nonstop, so I'm a little rusty. Sorry about that. So, Bullet Punch is doing this much. No, the standard's still E-Speed. Fucking... No, not Bullet Punch, not Bullet Seed. See, so that's not that much. And then, of course, that would put it into T-Bolt range, but Machamp is living that. I mean, that Hydro did absolutely nothing. If he's got... I don't know, it's tough. He's got to hit Focus Blast against Luke. He doubles to Rotom. Nice! Very, very nice. Okay, it's still not unlosable because he's got the Custap on Champ. Shadow Ball. Wait, no, he just switches out. No, he goes back to Gengar here. Back to Gengar on Lucario, and then saves the Custap. Oh boy, this is... Oh boy. Yeah, because he can't use the Custap. Nope, he goes to Luke. He switched first. Did Tesung go to Gar? No, but he loses now. Oh, he could have Bullet Punch. But Bullet Punch crit doesn't even kill, I don't think. Nope. Oh, he crit and it didn't even kill. See? Wow. Very nicely done. So he wasn't Custap, so that explains why he didn't switch. If he was, I think he would have done it. But good work shaken. Did I say good work shaken? I'm so sorry. I wish this could be better. But yeah, overall this was an interesting DVP battle. I enjoyed it. I really liked it. The teams were cool. And yeah, it was tight. So, Shake 2-0 advantage. He's one game away from winning. Tesung's got to win GSC, ADV, and Black and White. I do think GSC, it could go either way, although I'd give a slight edge to Shake. ADV Tesung is clearly favored, I think, and in black and white too, so we will see. So, here we go. Mence versus Zap. Mence is going to want to get out of there. Shake has not been doing well in advance in this classic playoffs. So Zapdos does not want anything. Scares the bejesus out of Mence. It could be, timid HP Ice, and even the hard-hitting T-Bolt is not good for the prospect of like a Heracross or something, or even a T-Wave. And he's got the Blissey, and the T-Wave's not doing anything except for maybe a full para. And Blissey is not something you would... I guess you could expect it from Shake. He used to be very good at Advance when it was in Tour, which is, you wouldn't believe that now, considering how much he sucks. Kidding. Or am I? But, see, this is why the narration is bad, and, I'm saying this shit I know is not funny, but, of course, I'm not missing out on a whole lot. And I'm self-aware of it, so that makes it even worse. But Blissey throwing out T-Wave is going to annoy even the Snorlax, for the same reason the Zapdos T-Wave could annoy it. Metagross definitely doesn't like it, unless it's Lum. Ice Beam, okay, okay, he got some information, that's very good. It could be Banded, it could be Lumberry, but he knows it's not Leftovers. So that makes some things a lot less likely. For example, Lum Metagross is a lot less likely to run HP Grass. They tend to run Leftovers. What else? Lum Mix with the Psychic and HP Fire, or sometimes even Pursuit, that tends to carry Lum a lot. So, of course, it could be Bandit, it could be, for all we know, it's fucking Leechy Agility with Sub. And Heracross into Suicune, which is a general, for all-purpose switch into Gross. It'll boom, and, if you're playing Smurf, then he's just booming his Metagross turn 1 no matter what. Switch your Gengars into it. But, yeah, so Hera does not like Mence, and Kuhn, of course, is very, very bulky. So he's like, you know what, fuck it. He doesn't scare me enough to immediately switch out. I'll get some damage on it, which is good. And plus, it's very possible he predicts the very telegraphed Mence switch in, which is very safe, and goes to Zapdos and gets more momentum. So now here comes the Mence, and he's Mega Horning away. Honestly, I'm having a hard time deciding whether that's Banded, but I don't think it is. That could be... I think it's Band Mence, because Mix is very likely to run lefties. And I do not think this is DD Leechy. So, I'm expecting a Skarm from Shake. Or, it could actually just be like a bulky offense team that has Blissey over... wow! Holy shit! So that's why offensive Kuhn is amazing, but I cannot stomach those powerful choice band hits. Now, it's a roll to kill. I don't think Shake will go for it, especially when he's got a Blissey. The move for Tesung here is clearly Metagross. And that's why I think Shake should go to Suicune. Because, if Suicune attacks Shake Suicune, who gives a shit? What's it gonna do? It's still got Blissey. And it matches up well against Metagross. So that's what I think the move is. So, wow, Band Mence is sort of forgotten these days. It's all about the mix, but God, it is so strong. People look at it. 70 BP on its main stab. Get the fuck out of here. What good is 405 attack with the choice band if stab is that weakened? I know that doesn't look impressive by modern day standards, where, your choice banders are spamming with, like, stab close combat and shit. But, wow, that is just incredible, especially when you consider this a Suicune. It has some bulk, I think. Max Speed Kuhn tends to be a waste. It is not very useful. The most it really does is outrun, like, Timid Magneton and like, ties with Adamant Suicune. Wow, that was a very good move on Shake's end, or Tesung's end. And Shake didn't make the move I expected, but Tesung took it even further and went to Zapdos. So, very nicely done. Wow, Tesung really, really thought that, that was some next-level thinking. Of course, it's not all bad for Suicune, because the sand's not up yet, and I love ADV with and without sand, but it's so nice to not have sand for once. I have no doubt it'll probably come up later, but for now it's great. Just like, a double switch like that is just so much less threatening at this point. It's threatening, obviously, but, he's got, like, the Suicune was given leftovers, so. Of course, Mence cannot switch into Heracross forever, however, Tesung cannot switch into the Banded Mence forever. I mean, even just HP flying is dangerous as hell, because even if you hit Zapdos, or, I mean, hitting Zapdos is not that great, but even if you hit Metagross, you know, that's the rock resist. That's, you know, some arrow. He's like looking for arrow food later. So, if he is to run that, so since we know it's not banded, I mean, it did a lot, but it's not banded. Here's so he can switch in. So he could even stay in and seismic toss possibly. Catch a double, damage Heracross even more. So, because remember, Heracross does not have a lot of HP. So, that is a bulky Suicune. Megahorn's doing this much. If it's banded, so it's... Alright, well, it's actually not banded, it's just not that bulky. Alright, you know what, I think it is a... What's it called? Okay, it's like bulky, but it's modest, so it doesn't really load up on defense. Like, modest max HP, max special attack is a great set, so I think that's what he's running. And Surf would also do less to the Heracross than it did, I think, with bulk. Yep, it tops out at 38.7, so call it 39, and he did 41, so here comes Mence, Heracross firing off its signature Mega Horn, and Mence can only do that once more. Of course, I don't think the Wish is Blissey. The Blissey is Wish, but it's very possible, and it excels in situations such as that. Of course, Shake could predict it and go for a Rock Slide, but you know, so Mence does get into this sticky situation sometimes when there are a lot of pokes that resist the moves. I mean, he's beaten down Suicune. I think just HP flying is fine. He Rock Slides, does not hit the Zapdos, but even Rock Sliding is fine because, like I said, all damage is good damage against non-lefties Metagross. If it had lefties, it'd be a different story. But against non-lefties Metagross, if you're trying to pilot, you know, a late-game T-Tar or Arrow, then any damage is appreciated. Plus, I mean, Tesung, he's trying to make the most out of his Heracross. Of course, I don't think he doubles here. I don't think he needs to, first of all. And second of all, I don't think, because he's still hitting something hard with Metagross. Just, I mean, a Meteor Mash is fine. Suicune's not living forever. Of course, it will rest, but that's opportunity for, you know, Zapdos and Hera. And if his Kun is Calm Mind Roar, he used that set earlier in the tournament, and it's a great one, and then, you know, there you go. So, Earthquake, that did a lot. That is banded. Wow. So, now I think... No, so we're going to see a switch to Zapdos on Tesung's end, because it covers a switch back to Salamence, and it also... yep, there's Zapdos and it handles Suicune. Ooh, yeah, see, I think that was a little too predictable. I don't know if I want to say switch to Blissey, but I mean, Metagross does not hit Blissey that hard with Earthquake. Not that, you know, it shrugs it off, but... Oh, you know what? I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, I forgot how fucking strong Metagross is. So, he doesn't even Baton Pass. He just goes right to Gross. Great move. He's making that Metagross do some damage. Counter Bliss would be devastating right here. I think that set is awesome. So that was great because he doesn't even give the Mence a shot to kill it with Rock Slide, and oh, he goes to Metagross and gets Earthquaked again. He's really not giving that Suicune any... he knows this is looking like some stuff Ojama runs. What the fuck is the school bus doing? It's 5 p.m. in the fucking summer. Shit. Leave those kids the hell alone. So yeah, this is a kind of team Ojama likes to run a lot, and that CB Earthquake did nothing, so looking fucking impish. So now we see Sung really getting into it as he goes to Suicune, and that covers Mence too. So Sung's being real careful and yet aggressive. See, this is what you want to be in Pokemon. Jirachi finally he gives up. I don't want to say he gives up the advantage, especially because his Kun is faster. So that's important to know for later. But he is being scary. So Calm Mind there makes me think, uh-oh, we're going to see Calm Mind Roar, and that's not good. Of course, I don't know what Shake is doing. Yup, yeah, he's attacking. He knows this is not something he wants to mess around with. He wants as much damage on that thing as possible. Putting it into Mence range is also important. Very good move on Shake's end. Hydro, lots of damage. Ooh, Calm Mind. Not that great a move. Still might kill. No, he's going Blissey. Think about Bliss. Oh my god, that's fucking modest. So the thing about Blissey is that in a situation like this, he can roar and make Blissey keep switching it. Of course, if the Blissey does have if the Blissey has T-Whip, oh my goodness! Okay, well it's shitty ass Calm Mind Bliss anyway, so I think Tesung's back on the winning path with this one. Calm Mind Bliss sucks ass, don't use it. It's really bad. So now it looks like Shake has no option but to hope for Hydro Miss, and he gets it, and it's gonna blow the fuck up, and there goes Suicune. Ooh boy! So we're seeing some sparks flying here at here on Smog Tours, but I would still give a considerable advantage to Tesung given his Zapdos and even Metagross. So I believe the last on that team is something like a Claydol. So I would definitely still give this advantage to the Thing. Tesung, yeah, he's the Thing now. One of the Fantastic Four. So Lax, I mean, he's looking to get a boom, and he self-destructs, throws that one up in the air, and there goes Jirachi. Just booming anything there was good. So Suicune could receive the. I don't know if Suicune has enough bulk to, you know, like if he lets something die to receive the wish and then start Calm Minding on Zapdos. I don't think that's feasible. So it looks like this wish is probably going to waste. What he could do is go to Claydol and then go, if he has it, I'm assuming, and then go to Suicune against Zapdos, and then he would get the wish, because there was no fucking way Tesung would use T-Bolt there, because I mean, why would you? So there is Suicune, yeah, see? So now he's got to go to Claydol, and the wish is going to not amount to much. I think Tesung's last is Tranitar. It's pretty it's pretty likely. I mean, it would make his team weaker to Dugtrio, but Doug is kind of a rare sight. I mean, speaking of bad Pokemon, Claydol, I mean, I understand why it is used. But it doesn't do shit. Oh wow, he's getting a Psychic Crit. That's still not going to do anything for him. We still don't know whether Ice or Grass either. So he's psyching away. This is Tesung's game, really. It's just his to lose, and I guess he expected Metagross. You can't blame Shake for that, because he had to hope Tesung did something hilariously retarded. So now he goes Gross on Rock Slide, and I mean, unless we see some spectacular flinching heroics, or we see Shake, you know, good move, conserving the Ments, just goes, and now he's going to, oh, Ments, that makes sense too, I like that a little more. I mean, Mixed Ments, if it is not that great without Sand, because, you know, like Milo and Kun just become really scary, but oh, it's not a Salakera. That's interesting. Oh, SD Focus Punch. That can help break stall. Alright, so 2-1 to Tesung. 2-1 Shake, sorry. Oh boy, this is going to be... We got GSE in black and white left, boys! And girls. I don't discriminate. So, yes. One is favored in the other, so Tesung did take that as expected. I think Shake taking DPP was very important. Alright, that's not a school bus. That's just a fucking huge truck transporting some other shit. It's, oh, they're arguing about Jolly and Adamant CB Ments on Smog Tours. I've used Jolly. I didn't like it. It's such a huge difference. Black and white, here we go. Tesung's favorite in this one. And Shake brought the Fuga Jinx team. Why is he trying to lose, man? Come on. Of all the people to try and lose, I would not expect it to be fucking Shake. That said, Jinx actually does not have a terrible matchup. I mean, it's not good, but I mean, he still sleeps something important and wails on everything else with Ice Beam. And he does have Scar, or not Scar. He has Excadrill to remove Hazard. You know what? This might just be crazy enough to work. Specs Latios. Oh, Azumarill. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? Maybe this team I don't know. I don't like Spiniferace. That's why I'm a little biased against this team. I also don't like Rain. I think Politoed is a waste of a team slot. But luckily, Shake's other Pokemon are or Amphugus on that team, but Shake's piloting them. They're self-sufficient enough to where, you know, it can work. Of course, Tesung does pack a Roserade, which makes it shrug Politoed the fuck off, because that's really hard to do. And that gives him T-Spikes, which Shake really does not appreciate. So Scarflando lead against Jirachi. The problem with this team is the ground resists are Latios and Balloon Excadrill. So, I mean, this Jirachi is bulky and can take a hit, so he can get rocks, which is good, but then he will be impaired against Alakazam. And of course, there is no downside to U-turning onto Sung's end. And of course, there's very little downside to Earthquaking either, because I mean, he's not that scared of Latios with his whole team at full health, and Excadrill is even less of a threat. So, this is a really bad situation to be shaken. So, there's Earthquake 97. I mean, at least he gets rocks, but see, that's rough. And now Tesung is gonna make it. Now Zam is super scary. So, I mean, Drill in the Sand is, and he's gonna force Sand to be up with. I'm assuming that is a Scarflando. So Drill could be kind of a dick. Yep, alright, so he doesn't get fancy, and Latios is in with a free turn. That's risky business, folks. Transar does not like switching into Spec Surf. Skarmory doesn't either with rocks down. Switching Roserade in is a very risky proposition. Here comes Skarm. Surf. Holy damage. I mean, that's a roll to just kill. I mean, he could go to Roserade. If I'm Shake, I'm going to a Jinx here. I guess Shake could also feasibly go to Keldeo, which fulfills its little purpose, but Roserade gets the T-Spikes down and, you know, sleeps something, which is kind of big. So I think Jinx is likelier. I mean, I don't think he just lets Skarm go. I mean, he's already in danger of getting fucking jackhammered by Excadrill. So, there's Roserade, and Shake just surfed away. Of course, this Latios does have Sleep Talk, so he might just go with that. I guess he could sack Jirachi to Sleep Fodder. It's also pretty safe for Shake to just, for Tesung to just T-Spike up. So, I have to say the Smogtour's log. I'm sorry, I'm just very interested in this CB Ments debate. There's Jinx before the T-Spikes go down. Veteran play. You recognize Tesung's not trying to sleep the useless Jirachi, and well, Jinx is subbing up, and it's scary. So, I mean, he can't let Roserade go. I don't know. He's going Tar. If it's Lum, then Jinx has to hit 2 kisses. If it's not, I mean, it's still not, you know, exactly murdering it with Ice Beam, but it's still going to be annoying. And plus, he does have the spin tool with Excadrill. So, Jinx is. I remember I had this one team at ADV. And I was like, you know, I'm never going to face this, but Jinx would actually, you know, it wouldn't thrash me, but it would fucking annoy me. And for reasons like this, I mean, it gets that sub and then that sleep, and it's even worse here. I mean, Tyrannosaur's got the boost in Sand, but Jinx also has Nasty Plot. So there's the one guaranteed turn of sleep. T-Char can start waking up now. So here comes the Nasty Plot, and Jinx hits hard. So, if it has Encore, then threat averted. And, in fact, it's not... yeah, maybe Ice Beam was better. Yeah, see? I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that at all. Good move on Tesung's end, but I think it was getting a little greedy. Jirachi gets sacked, and Focus Blast hits, trying to hit Drill. So, now what's his plan? I mean, he could actually... Aqua Jet is actually pretty dangerous, because, I mean, Keldeo does not love taking banded ones. And, honestly, he has bad odds of hitting Focus Blast through Iron Head Flinch. I think it's actually in Shake's favor to come out on top of that one. Yeah, Ice Beam was a little, Nasty Blow was a little greedy. He doesn't really need it to do anything. So, Latios is out of Shadow Ball range, so he can use that to get some attack. And T-Tar's sleeping. Oh my god. Yeah, that's a big problem. I mean, he needs it for Keldeo, but T-Tar sleeping is so big for Latios. He could go Scarf Toad. No. He wants the sand. He really does. Let's see. Jinx, I believe, dies to Shadow Ball. I mean, I know it's special offenses in its defense, but it's still not, you know, bulky. So Alakazam. Wow, what is this 200? It's the Uber Nasty Plot set. Shadow Ball. Wow, actually, that doesn't even do that much. It might even be worth. I mean, even if he breaks the... Wow, that does shit. Oh, but he subbed. Yeah. So, actually, it's still a roll. I mean, it's heavily in, you know, fucking Tesung's favor, but still a roll. So, CB Waterfall is going to roll shit over now. Roserade, I mean... T-Specs make me think it might be sub-Keldeo, although any Keldeo is good, obviously. So, Shake is... looking... I love Azumarill. Honestly, Excadrill and Latios are just terrifying right now. He wants the Azumarill Aqua Jet for sure because of Scarflando. But, I mean, he's not in any immediate danger, so... And he's got a Jinx to sack. He doesn't want to sack Toad, funnily enough, because he wants the sand. See, I mean, this is fucking useless ass... Wow, that did nothing. Well, he does get a sleep off now, because there's no way that this Azumarill stays... he could go to Jinx. Yeah, that's a better move. Not getting a sleep off. If I'm Tesung here, I'm going back to Zam. I'm pressing this advantage. Or, as slight as it may be. No, he stayed in. No! Why not Jinx? Alright, so... this has Sleep Talk, so it's still, you know, killing shit. So that's not as bad. And he still has a Jinx to sack, so that might not be, you know, bad, but I tend to get really anal about Latios' health. So, he's gonna get a... Unless he Sleep Talks Psyshock. Ooh, that's rough. Well, he can go to Excadrill here for free, so that's not that bad. And Tar will not wake up. But, see, like, look at this, for example. Latios... see, that's... I mean, it's a ways to go before we get there, but... See, now this Iron Head is super free. Oh, he went to Scarb. Nice move. So, he gets the spin-off, so there go the T-Spikes. I mean, Jinx... Azumarill was already poisoned, so that is, you know, kind of the thing. I guess Politoed is actually kind of threatening. Yeah, now with Roserade down. Politoed's, you know, using water moves, and that's threatening. And if Target ever gets sacked, then Jinx can sleep something else. Of course, I mean, it can only sleep Scar because, you know. So Roserade goes down, and it does help for Politoed. So the thing, sleep actually means Latios can't be Scald Burn, which is really nice. Of course, it is, you know, still taking rain boost attack. So there's Surf, there's Sword, lefties. We could see a switch to Scarflando here on Tesung's end. That's ballsy, but I think it could be worth it. No, he's just Secret Swording away, and Latios is still threatening to kill shit. Because he's guaranteed to sleep, and if he just keeps switching out, then... Oh, this Surf is going to bring in a lot of pain. Ooh! And if he Sleep Talks, he can wake up here, he sleeps. It's dead unless Draco Myths. Down goes Scarm. Of course, now, Latios is in Zam range. Or potential Zam range. It's a middle roll. So here comes the thing. The fucking Scarflando, which is what the CB Azumarill is going to be jetting later on. This is interesting. So... I wonder if he wants to keep that balloon. Well, he doesn't want to go to XJ here, because then Keldeo just fucking murders it. So he's letting Jinx go to the U-turn. I mean, Jinx... But, well, now T-Tar can be sacked to sleep, but T-Tar switching in means Excadrill has the sand. And the balloon could be crucial there. And the Surf on Politoed, or fucking Keldeo, actually is dangerous now, because here comes Latios again. is now threatened by Excadrill. Excadrill versus Keldeo. We're doing... Okay, no, Earthquake is doing 62 to 73, so... yeah. Sleep Talk, a Psyshock again. And now Excadrill back. Oh boy. These are some odds. Iron Head Flinch, Focus Flat, I believe the number is 49%. So that could be rough. I'm thinking about this. Aqua Jet is still killing shit, but he's got the Tar to sack. If he gets, and if Tar sacks, then Politoed's Rain is going to turn Azumarill nuclear, and there's still Latios on top of that. So I think Shake wants to go for Iron Head here. So, assuming Exca dies, then I believe we would see Politoed come in. And then Target sacked and that dies. And then Keldeo comes in. I mean, I don't think he has another option, you know, other than fucking Iron Heading. Huh. So Politoed comes in. There's Iron Head. I think Toad comes in after. Focus Blast hits. Dead. Oh boy. So here comes Toad. So target sacked here. So that goes down. He still wants the speed. Zam dies now, and so what we gotta do... actually, he might want to go to Latios here, and hope he gets a decent Sleep Talk. Azumarill Choice Band versus Scarflando is doing... Remember, there's Intimidate. Okay, Aqua Jet is still doing a lot, but not that much, so he probably wants the Rain, I think. But he still has, but all the other pokes are really important. So I think he probably sacks, and he still has two switch-ins with Toad. Nope, he's sacking. All right, he's going to go to Landorus now, I think. Lando. Yeah, Lando and U-turn is pretty safe. Okay, well the thing is with Lando and U-turn, then he is putting himself, you know, in more danger. Of course, there is still Keldeo to tank it, so there's that. Here comes Azumarill. Is that wise? Because Keldeo just comes in here. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think that's good. Because now he's just going to lose to Lando. See, okay, so there's Latios, there's Sword, here's a Sleep Talk KO. He's letting Zam go, for sure. He needs Keldeo. He needs... Yeah, and so then Lando comes in. Then Toad comes in. Okay, so, Latios kills Zam here, barring Draco miss. So then Lando comes in and U-turns. He sacks Toad. Could he have to hope for Sleep Talk Surf? Or Draco Miss, feasibly? I don't know. I think because Zam goes down, then Toad comes in on Lando, and then Keldeo comes back in. And then Latios, who's at 16%, or 14% after this sand turn, then it kills either Keldeo or Lando, and Lando can't switch in, and then Keldeo would just win. So I think that would... No, yeah, Tesung needs to avoid that. Because, so here Zam would come in. I'm just reiterating this just to make sure it's all straight in my head. And plus I was talking really fast, so you guys might not be following along if you're not that smart. And if you are, then, you know, fucking humor me. So, Zam comes in here, dies. Lando comes in, there's no other option. Yup, Zam comes in, it's dead. Draco, I thought I missed for a second. Christ. Lando comes in here. Unless he goes back to Keldeo on the bad sleep talk. I don't know. That's still super risky considering rocks. If he takes the attack, the non-surf attack, then, yep, okay, Lando. Now sack Toad. And there's no choice but to, I guess he could HP Ice? But no, then Azumarill is just waterfall. Well, no, it only has one switch in. So that's kind of the problem. I guess that was... Alright, so Toad in here. Surf. Or U-turn. Stone Edge, right. So, yep, that's the issue. That was smart. He didn't have to U-turn. Yeah, if he U-turned, then Gladiators just came in and won. Oh boy, this is not fun. Yeah, he had to do that. Oh man! Oh man! Did he just... Oh, that's rough. Yeah, because if Azumarill comes in... So... Uh-oh. So, what he could do is wake up here and not get the sleep talk and then die, and then he would lose, so... Yeah, yeah, so if he won Azumarill, then he would just die. So that was... Oh boy, this is... So he just, I think, he just swords here, and Shake prays that he gets the roll. This is the part where he can start waking up. Oh boy, Game of Rolls. You guys ever seen that Game of Thrones parody, the porn one, Game of Bones? Thought it was a great title. Wish there was a guy named Jones in it, so, you know, Game of Jones. Speaking of games, Azumarill will die to poison, so if Keldeo subs up, then, you know, that might be worth it, because Ladio's Surf, Ladio's Choice Specs, Rain, Surf, I mean, I don't think it'll probably deny the sub. Yeah, Draco killed, and Shake is the Smogon Classic 2 winner. My goodness, I don't think anyone would have pegged him for this. Very impressive, I gotta say, especially the RBY game. This is a good series. I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, congrats to Shake. Very well done to Tesung. I mean, he came within a couple games of being the fucking first person to ever win 3 individual trophies. I hope you guys enjoyed. Forgive the slightly not so good commentary this time around. I'll get better. And I'll catch you next time.